A very, very good evening and thank you for coming. Today we have Kalyan Sarkar with us, a psychologist and veteran from Indian Air Force. Kalyan holds his deep interest in nature and life. The foundations of his current profession is his knack of learning through teaching. So we have an attendant as well to attend to. And Kalyan wrote a portion of his journey of transformation in an autobiographical self-help book, Montage of My Life. Fred Rush, standing and executive producer, Kalyan founded his company based apart from seminars and talks. Software Solutions regularly conducts on nature and life. Spread awareness on physical, rational, and mental well-being. So, Kalyan, over to you. Thank you for accepting this invitation and.
Yeah, Rashmi, can you mute everyone because there is some noise that we are getting.
Yeah.
Then I'll unmute myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think now the sounds will be clear for everyone. Yeah. Thanks, Rashmi. Thanks for the invitation, and it's a really pleasure.
Right. So, Kalyan, could you start with by sharing a bit about your life, which propelled you towards nature care?
Oh well, this all started around 16 years back, I think, when I was diagnosed with diabetes and ankylosing spondylitis. These two ailments I was diagnosed with. That time I was serving in the Indian Air Force.
Right.
And the moment you are diagnosed with any kind of ailments which are termed to be non-curable, like diabetes and ankylosing spondylitis, in military services, actually your career progression stops.
Right.
That happened to me, and which was that time it was very frustrating. Then I started applying for premature retirement. Ultimately, in 2012, I got premature retirement from services. And then during services, actually, there is no other option other than the allopathic treatments to deal with your health problems. So that was a kind of confined zone as far as the health exploration is concerned.
Right.
Then after leaving Air Force, actually started exploring how to get rid of the bag of the medicine that I had to carry. Actually, I used to consume 10 to 12 tablets a day. So I started exploring many schools of health per se, like all pathies, as we know, homeopathy, Ayurveda, herbalism, everything I tried. But everyone was saying that you have to replace this medicine by this, but you cannot get rid of medicine, which was again a frustrating thing. Then I hit upon a book called Heart Mafia by Dr. Bishwarup Roy Choudhury. He's a good friend of mine and herbalist. He's a herbalist, actually, tries to heal with herbs. So he helped me a lot to understand this journey and to start the journey. In 2014, I started. So within 43 days, my all medicines for diabetes was stopped.
Okay.
And diabetes was considered, and still it is considered as non-curable kind of thing. And we all are conditioned with that kind of thought.
Right.
So that point in time, something struck in my mind that there is something we are missing. In terms of health, there is something we are missing if we deal with the medicines. Then I came across with a person called Kevin Hinton. He's the founder of International Institute of Nature Cure Studies. So physically he is no more. I call him Sir Kevin Hinton. He is late now. So he actually explored a new world in front of me as pure nature cure. So that's how actually the journey all started. Then slowly and gradually I realized that pure nature cure is a beautiful science of cause and effect, and it's very easily understandable and uh, can be practiced also pretty easily if you understand it deeply. Then I started searching whether there is some valid information about pure nature cure available on net or otherwise. Then I found that there is none, and it is very unfortunate that we come to the pure nature cure fraternity when we try all sorts of treatment and health exploration and we fail. Then only we come to nature cure fraternity for any kind of solution if we can get. So
Right.
that's a kind of irony. So I thought that why not to create some course around it, a structured course, so that it is easily understandable, mainly for the people those who are not suffering from any ailment. So my courses or the workshops that I have created and offer are mainly for the people those who are not suffering any from any emergency condition at least.
Right.
If they're in emergency condition, I discourage them to join my course, because my course is very rigorous course cognitively. Since I had a psychology background and I'm a fan of REBT, rational emotive behavioral therapy, I find these two are pretty congruent, the pure nature cure studies and rational analysis.
Right.
So so that's it, that's how it started.
Would you like to elaborate a bit more on what is nature cure? What do you mean by, like, for a layman, I don't really understand, other than the fact that there's nature, that we need to go back to the nature, that is very generic, and cure is something that if I'm suffering from something, then maybe I need a remedy or a cure. So, but what does this really mean for you in specific?
Right, right. It's pretty confusing actually. The name nature cure, I don't know it will like etiologically how it got evolved, nature cure. But pure nature cure proposes that there is nothing called cure that happens specially in the body per
Mm-hmm.
se.
Okay.
It is an effective metabolism that helps us to repair the problems that occurs which disturbs the balanced state of being. Right.
Right.
So in nature cure, actually there is nothing called specially cure initiative. Okay, let me share my screen, and I'll try to explain through a graphic. uh,
Oh.
yeah, is my screen
Yeah.
visible?
Yes.
Right, right. So this is a convergence of diseases. I'll try to explain that there are so two trapeziums are there. Here you see two trapezium, one
Mm-hmm.
trapezium and second trapezium and one triangle. Right.
Oh.
Now, uh, in this bigger trapezium, there
Mm-hmm.
are thousands of names of disease,
Right.
which could be, I have actually named my experience disease first: ankylosing spondylitis, diabetes, and etc.
Right. You have
So
added corona also.
yeah, I've added corona recently, and deficiency of elements, infection. All these are this bigger trapezium, which
Right.
are all pathies:
Right.
allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda.
Mm.
Now it got narrowed in the next trapezium, where you see three identified disease: innervation. Innervation means lack of conserved vitality, a state of lack of conserved vitality. Toxemia means the toxin in blood, accumulated toxin in the blood, it is a state. And then deficiency is also, these three are identified under naturopathy or herbalism. But in pure nature cure, there is a single disease identified as toxemia.
Mm-hmm.
Toxemia means just accumulated toxin in the blood.
Mm-hmm.
This is a single identified disease, and rest all the diseases are actually effect of toxemia. That is what is the primary understanding of pure nature cure. So uh, so little elaboration on that I'd like love to, because without this things will not be understandable. So pure nature cure, or PNC we call. PNC is a study of vitality. Vitality conservation science, this is called. Now, vitality conservation means we have something formless inside us, inside our body, which drives our life, and whatever activity that we do, starting from blinking of eyes to running, eating, digesting, assimilating, deep thinking, anything that we do, we use vitality to execute that.
Right.
So now these vitality under pure nature cure actually is distributed in primary 3 activities. One is repair, other is reproduce, and the third one is regulate.
Okay.
This is very interesting. You know, repair means any problem that happens in the body has got a capability to reverse it.
Okay.
And reproduction is producing another species by collaborating with another species. We know that, right? So all the organisms do have these 3 capabilities primarily: repair, reproduce, and regulate. Now, this regulating capability is very important capability. The last capability. What is the meaning of regulation? Regulation means there is some internal function that we have which regulate our activities, and we respond to the external stimulus using this regulating capability. We respond using the regulating capability. That is what is the regulation. You know, so this regulating capability is available within us till we are actually exposing ourselves to the natural elements. So food is very easy example to share. Suppose we are eating mangoes.
Right.
We love mango and we are eating mangoes. Now, how many mangoes we should eat, that is not prescribed anywhere in nature and nature cure. Now, when we start eating, after some time, we'll stop for sure.
Yes.
We'll not keep on eating.
Yes.
Now, if there is no external restriction, the internal regulation actually stops us. That is what is the regulating capability.
Right.
Right. So whenever we expose ourselves to the natural stimulus, the internal regulation is very effective.
There's some kind of a...
Now suppose...
Yeah.
Yes.
Some kind of a decision maker sitting inside us who decides.
Can you mute whoever has unmuted?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Rashmi.
Yeah. So I was saying there was some kind of a decision maker sitting inside us who decides.
Yes. So that is what is the natural capability. You know. So in these cases, suppose you replace the mango with pasta, pizza, or any created taste which is not natural taste. That time the regulation is affected. You really don't get a point where you have to stop when the taste is created by human being.
Wow.
Now you can relate actually. So how this happens, you know, because of the stimulation, because of the stimulated taste created means taste stimulated. Because of the stimulated taste, our vitality is engaged, over-engaged with that created taste. And the regulation goes down. Whenever our vitality is somewhere over-engaged, the capabilities go down. Repairing capabilities, capability go down, reproduction capability. You see around us so much of infertility, right?
Right.
So naturally we should be fertile, but why this is happening, so much of infertility? Because of the over engagement of the vitality. The natural capabilities are going down, and the going down of the regulation is the first step of all the indications, you know, all the the deficiency, the inadequacy that we develop,
Wow.
incapabilities that we develop. Yes, yes.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's really hitting the raw nerve, you can say. Created taste, that
yeah,
taste that we have created for ourselves.
yes, 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 yes.
So one of the questions that I want to ask is, you had posted on Facebook that all are designed to act in isolation, but nobody can stay in isolation. So what does this really mean?
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So you have scanned my profile
Yes, of
closely.
course.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. So isolation. Let's understand what is isolation.
Yes,
Let me share my screen again.
of course.
Uh, I'm I'm in a habit of scribbling and explaining.
Yeah. Just like a teacher, a good teacher.
I would love to be one. Yeah. So isolation. Isolation is very important things to understand. Understand. The regulation I talked about.
Yeah.
This isolation is nothing but the regulation, the regulating capability of the organism. What it makes?
Mm-hmm.
It makes us internally controlled. We are the isolation makes us internally controlled. We are not driven by the external affairs, external physical affairs or mental affair, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
physical or non-physical physical affair. The more we are isolated, we are internally controlled. Right now, in the universe, when we look at in the universe scientifically, if we look at, suppose, okay, first of all, try and understand the systems. Systems are something which is closed with a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
We all are systems
Right.
closed with a boundary. We have a boundary,
Mm-hmm.
and the outside the system is the surrounding.
Right.
Now, the isolated system
Mm.
will not be overpowered by the surrounding.
Okay.
It is a system which doesn't allow any transaction with the surroundings easily.
Right.
I'll just give you an example in the physics. Thermoflask, the
Right.
thermoflask
Yeah.
doesn't allow something to go away, like the heat or the water both stay inside the thermoflask, and thermoflask is considered to be the an isolated system. So all the organisms actually behave isolated because of this regulating capability.
Right.
Now I think there is an alert of ending meeting.
Yeah. So we'll be back by clicking on the same link. So this is for
Okay.
everyone. Please click on the same. We will take a break and we'll back by clicking on the same link.
So sometimes
Okay, we'll take a break for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I guess. We have 8 minutes.
Okay, or immediately. Yeah.
We have 8
Should I
minutes.
continue?
Yes, continue.
Okay.
no, it doesn't. Kalyan, you can continue. It doesn't goes. It shows, but it works.
No,
Is it? Who is that? Bhaskar?
take a break and
Yeah, this is Bhaskar. It works.
Okay. It
So
works?
we could try.
Continue.
We could try. If we get out, then we could re-log in.
Yeah, we can log in.
Okay, okay, awesome. So right, I was talking about the regulation. Now, the regulation makes us isolated from the surrounding. This we need to understand. So the quotation that you pointed out, Rashmi, which
Yeah.
says that by structure we are isolated, but we cannot stay isolated. We need to go deeper into understanding this. Now, our body is an isolated system by structure because we have a boundary and we have that internal regulating capability.
Right.
Now, within the body, there are different parts,
Mm-hmm.
right? So here we need to understand. So one system, suppose S1, is surrounded by another SUR1, this is a surrounding system. So this whole system can be another system. So within our body, there are different parts which also acts as an isolated system.
Right.
But these actually perform in unison, collaborating with each other, supporting each other's existence. So individually, all the parts and all the organisms are structured to work in isolation.
Right.
But these all isolated systems overall works as an overall isolated system. That means these are in coherent and in coexistence, and co-evolution happens with the each isolated system. So the first and foremost things that we need to align with us, align ourselves, is to behave as an isolated system. Like we should not defy the isolation of the individual,
So
and we
can you
should not
like give us a more like simpler example, like as a like if you have to divide give an example of
Right.
a body maybe. Yeah,
given the example of,
a body, like
yes. So in the body, see, heart, lungs, these are the different parts.
right.
Both individually works as an isolated system.
Okay.
Again, the whole body also works as an isolated system.
Right.
So now if we look at the each parts, they are in coherent performance. They are performing in unison, supporting each other's isolation. They are not blocking each other's isolation.
Right.
Right? So when we don't block, then we may be perceived as acting as non-isolated, but internal isolation is intact. So we are structured to be isolated, but we cannot defy the other's isolation. That may look like that we are breaking the isolation. It's a beautiful balance that we maintain in the in nature. Now I'll just give another example,
Maybe.
of little more
Simpler to understand. So if,
Yes.
are you saying that my mind works differently and my heart or my gut is behaving differently? Like I want to do something and still I do this. I don't want to do something and still I do it. So it's like different, same body doing different
Well,
things.
let's not bring the mind right now here,
Right.
because mind is an abstract, right? If the question comes and the relevance come, we'll take up the mind. But let's remain physical to understand this isolated system and these aspects. So, in nature, the three things we need to understand. One is efficiency, other is conservation, and third is the symmetry. Now, every natural entity, and not only the natural entity, the human being created machines also, we look for efficiency, right?
Right.
Now, efficiency means conservation of energy. A car is called efficient when it gives fuel efficiency.
Right.
That means conservation. In lesser fuel, if it runs longer kilometer, we call that car as efficient.
Right.
Right, normally. And the conservation, if the conservation is maintained, then we see a symmetricity in that particular entity. So in nature, you will find everything is symmetry. You take a leaf, take a flower. You understand symmetry?
Yes.
Symmetry, you understand?
Yes.
Right? Symmetry around an axis, when the things are equally distributed, then it is called a symmetric system.
Yeah.
Right? So this symmetry and the conservation actually goes hand in hand. If a system is conserving energy, then it will be a symmetric system. If it is a symmetric system, then it will be conserving energy.
Right.
And it will be conforming to the efficiency. Now, in life, if we just translate this, then the efficiency is nothing but the health, state of health, the homeostasis.
Right.
We call a life is efficient when we see homeostasis or the balance.
Kalyan,
Health.
giving you a heads up, it's less than a minute. So everybody, this is for everybody. Please log in by clicking on the same link. You can join by 8:10 maybe. We'll take a break and we join by 8:10.
Okay, now are we taking a break or we'll try that? Somebody, Bhaskar said that it will be continuing. So should we take a try?
Well, let's try. Let's wait for it to end.
Yeah,
By
if it abruptly ends, then we'll rejoin with another.
That's
Yeah.
better. No, why do you want to take a break?
Yes,
So
right.
it might end.
Right. So I was talking about the efficiency. Efficiency is, as far as the life is concerned, efficiency is the state of homeostasis, the balanced state of health.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this efficiency of a life is maintained with the conservation that is maintained by the isolation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in nature cure, the isolation is better
You
understand
cannot change the screen. Just only make it bigger.
voice of the organism. This is a principle of nature cure, which actually confirms the conservation. Now I'll help you to relate. Suppose you are eating a mango. I bring mango. This is a mango season. Mango's example repeatedly.
Yeah.
When you eat a mango, you relish it.
Right.
Relish it. And if you are offered a chili,
Mm-hmm.
single chili, not mixed with anything else,
Mm-hmm.
how would you react?